Okay, on this problem, it says that Cage, Tremaine, Lloyd, and Janae are dividing a piece of land using the lone divider method. The values of the four pieces of land in the eyes of each player are shown below. Okay, so like Gage, he thinks piece number one is worth $323. Same thing for piece number two, $544 for piece three, $510 for piece four, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, if playing honestly, what will Gage's declaration be? Now, your declaration is which pieces you feel are fair shares. That's what you're saying. You declare what you'd be willing to take, which pieces you feel are fair shares. So how do you know what Gage thinks are fair shares? Here's his pieces. How do you know? I mean, obviously he likes the 510 and the 544. He likes piece 3 and 4 better. He thinks they're worth more money than piece 1 and 2, clearly. But does that mean, do we just say pieces 3 and 4? I mean, will that always work? How do we know? Well, here's the deal. To be sure, you want to basically add these up. So if you add these up on your calculator, what you'll find is you'll get $1,300. And if you add up the next column, you'll also get 1,300. This one, 1,300, and this one, 1,300. So all the land must be $1,300 because they all add up to 1,300. So then if you divide that by 4 for a fair share, right? If all of the land together is worth $1,300, right? If you add up all the values for any row, you get 1,300. Then there's 4 people. So divide by 4 and you'll get $425. That is a fair share. So $425 is a fair share. Anybody that gets, because why is that a fair share? Because $1,300 is the total value of all the land divided by 4 people to make it even Steven. That's $425 each. So as long as you give somebody a piece of land worth $425 or more, they'll feel that they got a fair share. So which pieces are fair shares to Gage? Well, Gage would like piece 3 and piece 4, as we previously said, but now we have a lot of confidence. And not pieces 1 or 2, because why? Because those are below $425. Those are not a fair share. You gave Gage piece 1 or 2, he would not feel he got a fair share. But if you gave him piece 3 or 4, he'd be like, yeah, I got a fair share. I got more than $425 in value. So what would he declare? He would say pieces 3 and 4. We'll click. Now, coming on down here, which piece will Gage actually receive? Well, to answer that, we've got to circle everybody else's fair shares also. So for Tremaine, he would like that one and that one, right? Again, 425 or more is a fair share. And for Lloyd, that one, and that's it, huh? He wouldn't want the 408. That's close and wouldn't want the other ones. And now what about Janae? All of hers are 425, aren't they? What does that mean, by the way, about Janae? Janae is the divider. Remember the divider, the lone divider? She must be the person that cut the land, right? It was a big old chunk of land. And Janae must have come in here and said, all right, I want that section and that section. And then I'll do like this section. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Somehow divided up into 4 pieces. Janae must have done that. How do we know? Because whoever does the cutting, the dividing, they get last pick. Remember, that's how that method works. And so because Janae gets last pick, she would make them all the same. She knows she's going to get last choice. So she's going to divide up the land into 4 sections that she thinks, in her opinion, are all equal value. The person that has all equal value, that's always the divider, because they know they get last pick. All the other people get to pick first, and then Janae goes last. So that's how you can tell who the divider is, the one that has the same numbers all the way across, because they're going last. They want to cut it evenly in their own mind. Now, Gage and Tremaine and Lloyd, they don't feel like Janae does. They think certain pieces are worth more than others, but Janae thinks they're all equal. She doesn't care which piece she gets, and she goes last, so that's good. So anyway, so how will it go then? So Janae's going last. So we'll say last for Janae. So everybody else goes first. Well, we're going to have to give Lloyd this piece right here, because that's the only one he thinks is fair. So Lloyd is going to have to get that one. That's the only way we can make him feel he got a fair deal, is give him piece 3. And if that's the case, then we've got to give Gage only likes 3 and 4, and we've already given 3 to Lloyd, so we'll have to give piece 4 to Gage. And then Tremaine only likes 1 and 4, but we just gave 4 to Gage, so we'll give piece 1 to Tremaine. See how that works? And what pieces are left? Now, last is the divider, Janae. Which one will she get? Well, we've already given piece 1 away, piece 2, piece 3, and piece 4. So the only one left is piece 2, right there. So which piece will Gage receive? Gage gets piece 4, doesn't he? Right there. And which piece will Janae receive? Piece number 2. And so there we go. Everybody gets a fair share, a share that's worth $425 or more. So you always have to figure out what that number is. Just add up the whole row and then divide by 4, because if it's fair, they all 4 get the same amount. And so then you know who the divider is, Janae, because she has all those 4 the same. She knows she's going to go last, so she divides it up fairly. So there we go.